So I was thinking about making like a series about like the conversations I have with my daughter, because like a lot of these are like lately have been inspired by that. But like I was having a conversation and I was explaining life like a plant. Okay, so there's plants, and the plant was originally a little seedling. First, it was a seed. Okay, and then it was a little seedling. It was probably like that big. That little first leaf, and then it started growing, eventually grew the flower, then will grow its seeds, then it will eventually start to wither away and die. And I was explaining about how humans are connected to the earth in a sense that we are like plants. We are very similar, as a baby, you're like a little seedling, and then you turn into a toddler, and then you turn into a child, and then you turn into a preteen, then you turn into a teen, then you turn into your 20s, then you, like, so forth and so on. And it's like, as a human, though, you can prolong the growth stage, and you can hold back the withering away stage. So it's like, you know, life comes in seasons, but you have the ability with your mind to control the seasons of life, of your life at least. So, like, this is why I started, I probably said this in like a couple of videos now, but this is why I started working out. Because first I worked out my mind and healed my mind, and then I started working on my body because I started realizing this idea about how, like, we're very similar to plants. But as we're on this thing, we grow, but most people think their growth stops at like 21 or when they get a family. And a lot of people think like after 40 or after 50, it just goes downhill from there. Now, this is just what they think, and they get what they think because you can control the stages of your life. So you can prolong that growth stage up until you're like 60 or 70. And after 70, yeah, you might start the withering away stage. But like a lot of people start the withering away stage when they're 30. Like, and this is what I was trying to explain, that like you can choose to keep growing. You can choose to keep bettering yourself mentally, spiritually, emotionally, physically. You can choose to build your relationships even stronger. You can choose to, like, there's all these choices. You could choose to build your skills even better. Like, I was explaining, even though I started making music and making beats back when I was a teenager, I'm still getting better at it. Like, I'm still learning how to do things I didn't do before. I'm still, like, advancing in this thing that I love. And, it started with, I wanted her to start progressing more in the things that she loves, because she's been very stagnant in some of the things she loves to do. Like, with art, she really loves to do art and all these other things because she's been getting distracted by social media and technology and all this other shit. So I was just been real with her about it, and, saying it's just good to hone your skills and get better at it. Because if you think you're good enough, then everybody else is going to pass you. And it's not necessarily about everybody else, because you shouldn't care about anybody else. It should be about your growth. This is why I was explaining it about a plant. None of these plants give a fuck about the other plants. They actually help each other. So, like, it's this thing where a lot of the plants help each other grow. And yeah, in some situations, you can have a plant that if you remove the plants around it, it might grow a little bigger, give the roots more room to grow, but it still needs things around it, nutrients, certain funguses in the dirt that help it, and like all these other things. And like, but yet it's not sitting there holding back the other plants. The other plants are just focused on growth. Everything is focused on growth. And us as individual human beings should be focused on our own growth, and whatever that means. Some people want to grow as in they just want to sit and learn how to meditate and work on their mind that way. Some people want to grow as in they want to go down the psychedelic journey and work on their mind that way. Some people want to grow as in they want to work on their body. Some people grow as in they start reading books or listening to audiobooks or start learning or start getting educated on whatever they want to get educated on. But like, first you start as a seedling, and no matter what avenue you choose to do, like if you want to learn how to play the guitar or viola or piano, or learn how to make beats, or start making videos, but learn how to make videos without necessarily editing your videos, you're going to have to work on your speech, learning how to communicate, you're going to have to work on your mind in different ways. Like, you know, I've worked on my mind in so many different ways, but I've also practiced so many different times. Like, there's that old saying that says something, I'm going to butcher it, but there's that old saying that talks about, you know, people, hold on. Like I said, I'm going to butcher it. But there's that old saying, something about how, like, just work on something 10,000 hours or 10,000 times, or something about how, like, after your 10,000 painting, you'll be like an expert at painting, which is real, because I've made, I don't know about 10,000, I don't think it takes that much, but I've made hundreds, maybe almost 1,000 beats over, since I was a teenager. A few hard drives have a couple, probably like 500, 600 beats on a couple hard drives that I can't get any information off of the hard drive. So that's a shitty thing. But a lot of people would look at it like, I made all these beats from the time I was a teenager up until I was 20, and like 600 beats. And it's how I started developing my own sound and whatever, but they're beats that I can't get back. And a lot of people would be like, oh, that was a waste of time. But it wasn't. It taught me how to be a better beat maker. It taught me how to be me. As much as that makes sense, but it taught me how to be a better digital artist. A better digital audio artist. But, hold on. Somebody was sawing up their porch, so I figured it was a perfect time to get a nice sprint in and then get back to the video. But I was like, I just think that we have the ability and the strength to, like, we have the power within ourselves, right? And yeah, I don't know. I guess that saw thing kind of made me lose my train of thought, and the jogging and all that other. So I'll just end the video here. But I hope y'all have an awesome day. It's nice out. Like, it's the perfect weather lately, because yeah, it's been like 80 degrees out, but at least it ain't been like a 90. But soon it's gonna be in the 90s, so just be prepared for that.